Good afternoon, my name is Joe Cashwell with Rotorcraft RC. This is our IRCHA Edition YouTube video. If you attended the IRCHA Jamboree and you were a pilot, you would have got one of these in your pilot bag. We're going to go ahead and honor these for the entire month, maybe a little longer, depends on your attitude when you give us a call. So if you go ahead and give us a call and you say that you went to IRCHA, to the Jamboree, and you were a pilot and you got one of your cards in the pilot bag, we're going to go ahead and honor it for the next month for you. So we introduced our Pro XL case, or actually our Pro XX case, before we went to IRCHA. So Chris went ahead and cut an upper deck and a lower deck so everybody there could actually see how big this case is. Now this is the case that we just did for Ether Films. Fantastic company to work with. They're already putting in more orders for us, and it looks like they're getting another one of these cases. So if you're in the pro business of flying around with big cameras underneath your multi-rotor, this is the case for you. So in past videos, you guys have seen our bump controller box. Now everything is very stealthy in this box. But this case was actually sitting on the front row of our displays at IRCHA. One of the Rev Electrics guys came, put his phone down, did the update for me because this guy's been slacking on keeping my software updated. But they also have some amazing new features coming in the future, and we're very excited about it. So y'all know the bump control is an area right here that the RFID tags on your LiPos. And then you can see the charger and everything inside. We just did it this way so you can see what it looks like. I actually have to put our cover and everything on it. We have not done it yet. We've been so busy. But we also made a couple deals with Rev Electrics to where we're going to be able to do some stuff that we've never been able to do with their equipment in the past. They're a fantastic company, and we appreciate them standing behind us and trusting us to modify their equipment. We also donated the GT500 case to the pilot raffle. Awesome pilot won it. We're glad everybody's happy with that. Wait till you see the case we're designing for next year. Already got it rattling around up in here. And then Joe Reyes made the new GT500 wrap for us. This is what we put on the pilot raffle case. Is actually a stunning color, and with the black background around it, it really, really looked good. Once again, we want to thank Team Ninja for doing all our wraps. They were just amazing. This is one of the cases that you've seen in the past with the iPad up in the top. Well, our big mega case, the one with the dual 4010s and the Meanwell 2000-48 in it, that one got purchased this weekend, so you won't be seeing it in any more of our videos. Also, the Alien case got purchased. Couple fantastic new customers for us. We actually sat there and talked for a while. And at IRCHA, we had both of our Pro cases, the small Pro case and the large Pro case. These are the single charger versions. Both of them were very popular. A lot of people excited to play with them and see that HD material. And then we brought a kit that is modeled off of Ethan's build and Hunter's build. Hunter's is the one with the TDR in the upper. And then this is the same one that we used in part 1 and part 2 of Ethan's build. It's got the Progressive RC modular pair boards in it. It's a nice little deck. And here's the bad boy. This is Charles Anderson's, which just happens to be the Vice President of IRCHA. We built this case for him. It was beautiful. Everybody loved the inside of this one. Now, Charles did send us a charger in one of his power supplies. We gave him a second charger to go along with his and his power supply. And then Chris did a stellar job on the acrylics on this case. It was very beautiful. We brought all our FPV cases with us. A lot of the guys that were over at the FPV event came over and visited us. David Lopez, one of our team pilots, was telling everybody about some of the stuff that we had, and we actually had a lot of people show up. This case actually has cut foam inside of it. We're now cutting our own foam. Chris will be cutting some more. We've got the transmitter sunken, but we haven't done the rest yet. And then we're going to have kits to where you could build your own. And then as you see on the screens on this one, the FPV is actually out there looking at the machine right now as it's cutting a piece. Now we have it a little bit blurred out. Wasn't on purpose, but it's a good effect because this video is going to be a standalone video, and what that machine's cutting is going to be a surprise. And this is Hunter's 925. It's basically the same as Ethan's, just a different upper. This is his TDR2 Heinzlet Speed helicopter. What we did is we set up a tripod and took a picture of his mechanics and then the heli with the canopy on it. And we sent all the pictures over to Antonios, and he did some photoshopping for us. Antonios did a perfect job. We did a perfect job doing the photography, but when it printed out, I did not appreciate the color at all. We actually took this and mounted it to the back side of this acrylic. And this is actually a push-through beveled edge acrylic, which means that it actually protrudes out from the front, and it's beveled edge, which makes it's faceted like a diamond. So it looks like it's got depth to it. Chris did a real thick piece of acrylic and then hogged it all out like we did on these. And if you look at it, you can see how thick the middle is and then how he hogged it all out. And the day we were loading up to go to IRCHA, I looked at the case a couple more times, and we actually took the top off and snatched this thing off. I'm my own biggest critic, and I was not happy with the effect. It looked good, but it did not look Rotorcraft RC good. So in a rush, we went back to one of our old tricks that we used to do. We actually took that foil and put it on the back, and then tilted the LEDs so they look like lasers reflecting off the foil. I didn't even have time to take a squeegee and get all the bubbles out. I just ran over it real quick and laid flat. By the time we got to IRCHA, there was a couple bubbles in the foil, but we don't care because what we've decided what we're gonna do is show the mechanics in here, and we're gonna mount it on it. We're gonna print onto a clear piece of acrylic and have it 1/4 of an inch behind this piece of acrylic, so it has a 3D effect as you're walking around. So something that started off terrible ended up being fantastic. And this is another case that we brought to IRCHA. We didn't get time to finish it, but we wanted to bring it so people could see everything. We actually took Jeff's Diablo Speed and mounted a picture of it. We took his heli, got a really good picture of it. Chris cleaned it all up and did the same thing. This is the push-through beveled edge acrylic. Just people at IRCHA that were rubbing their hand on, like, man, I just can't get over how that feels. Absolutely fantastic job Chris did on this, and we're really happy with the way this case is improving. And then once again, this is Ethan's case. It was almost an issue. Customer come up and wanted to buy Ethan's case. I had to run over and pick up the phone and say, Ethan, we have a customer that's wanting to buy your case. Can we sell it? And he's, of course, Dad, I'll build another one. Of course, he was wanting a part of the proceeds from the case for it. But we were really happy because the customer came back and decided that he wanted to upgrade from this one to our mega case with the dual 4010s inside of it. And it's the one that has the storage that we just absolutely love, that says keeping you in charge, that illuminates when the lid's shut. So we did take a couple videos of our vending area at IRCHA, and here it is. Well, good afternoon from IRCHA. We are up in Muncie, Indiana with all of our cases. Come by and see us. We're in booth W12. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We had a fantastic time at IRCHA this year. I might have cut loose a little too much, but you know what? We work 7 days a week, a lot of weeks, 6 days a week, most weeks, and I'm always here 5 days a week. I answer my phone and text every single night. Sometimes you just have to release and cut loose. I know everybody else was having fun up there also. If you came to visit us in our tent, we appreciate you coming by. If you bought a case, I love you. But anyways, we had a lot of people order custom cases, and as you can hear the machine, Chris is out there cutting stuff right now. We had an item set up that is actually for us that was supposed to go with us. It did not get cut, so it's actually out there cutting right now. And then Chris has already got 3 decks lined up to cut right behind that. So if you had your order in, there's a pretty good chance it's going to be cut tomorrow. Once again, we love y'all and we appreciate your business so very much. See the banner? Can you see the photoshopping? Kyle had a little bit of time to come in and mess with that while he was doing other things, and it actually became, I just can't believe it. And then this is one of the kits that we brought. You can see that it's not built. Cases, which are the 4010s. Whoops. And then Joe Reyes on our bump controller put in all the bags for the team.